What is this timeline? It's good. It's good. It's a good movie. It's good. The Sonic movie's good. It's good. What is happening? What, we live in a world where people in 2020 are talking about Sonic in a positive light. What did I do to deserve this? So yes, the Sonic movie is out in theaters right now. You can go see it. I highly recommend you do so because, as previously stated, it's a good fucking movie. Much to my surprise, much to everyone's surprise, it's good. I mean, it's nothing fantastic or groundbreaking. It has its flaws and its floss, but it's good. I mean, it's not a perfect movie by any stretch of the meaning, but I had a great time. I saw it twice, and I really enjoyed it. Wow. I can't believe the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is actually good. What the fuck? So, yes, the Sonic movie is good. I really enjoyed it. So, honestly, like, this movie has been a roller coaster for me, because there have been so many times where I thought it was going to be awful, but then I thought, hey, maybe it's going to be pretty good. But then I'm like, it's probably not going to be that great. But no, it was good, and I'm very happy to say that. Ben Schwartz as Sonic was expertly cast. I think he did an absolutely fantastic job. He brought such an incredible new energy and take to the character, and I really, really liked it. Not once did I think, oh, that's Ben Schwartz playing Sonic. I thought, no, that's Sonic. That's what Sonic sounds like, and he did a really, really good job. I really liked his take on Sonic. James Marsden, boy, it's good to see him in a good movie again. That's been a while since that happened. So yeah, really enjoyed him. He was great in this. Jim Carrey as Dr. Eggman was absolutely fantastic. He brought such an incredible energy to the character. It was so fun to watch him. Every moment he was on screen was like the best parts of the movie. He was fantastic. So yeah, the Sonic movie is good, and I'm very happy to say that. So I'm going to dive into spoiler territory now, so please skip to this time if you want to see my final thoughts, if you haven't seen the movie and want to avoid spoilers. If you have seen the movie, stick around, and I will talk about it. So this movie does something pretty interesting. It gives kind of like a backstory to Sonic, which is strange because Sonic's never really had one. We just kind of like accepted him for the speedy blue demon that he is. But no, this movie actually gives him a backstory, a full backstory. We see baby Sonic, which he's adorable and I love him. And he is running through Green Hill Zone, or South Island, whatever you want to call it in this. It's Green Hill Zone, but he calls it the South Island. Anyway, the point is, he's running through and he's talking about himself and his speed and everything, and he meets up with his parental figure, which in Sonic's own words is Obi-Wan Kenobi if he had a beak and ate mice. So this is Longclaw, which is an original character for the movie, and yeah, no, I want more of Longclaw. I like Longclaw. I'd like to see more of her. I think she's a very nice and protective mother figure. I'd like to see more of that, and I understand that the reason why we didn't see too much of Longclaw as well as Sonic's home world is purely because of budget. They have outright said this. They wanted to do more with that world and hope that they can do that in the sequel, and that makes me very, very happy. Also, in this, we got to see something that really surprised me. The fucking Knuckles clan shows up in this, and tries to attack Sonic and shoots arrows at Longclaw. Yeah, I did not expect that. All those theories saying that, oh, they were echidnas, turned out to be right. So, fuck. Didn't see that coming, so that was cool. So then Sonic goes to Earth and lives out in his Hedgehog man cave, where he has a bunch of Flash comics, a ping pong table made out of a road sign for Hilltop Road, which is a nice little Hilltop Zone reference, and a bunch of other references. There's a bunch of references in Sonic's hideout, like, it's crazy. And yeah, it's cool. Sonic's hanging out and he's having a good time, but he's slowly realizing, hey, I don't really have any friends. And that made him sad, which in turn made me sad, because I don't like seeing sad Sonic. I don't like that. So anyway, then we meet James Marsden's character, Tom Wachowski, and he is a sheriff for the small town of Green Hills. And he's a good character. I think he's he's a little like cliche with like, you know, the small town cop wanting to, you know, move on to bigger and better things. But for what it's worth, it works. And, you know, so he wants to be a big time cop in San Francisco. So he wants to do that. And he gets a letter. His wife, Maddie, gives him a letter saying that he's been selected to come down and join. And he's really happy about it. And they're getting ready to move to San Francisco. Meanwhile, Sonic sees a baseball game, a Little League baseball game, and gets inspired. And he plays baseball with himself, and it's a really fun and entertaining scene. And then he goes to high-five someone, and there's no one there, and he gets sad again, and I got sad again. And Sonic runs off his frustration by running around the baseball diamond several times, charging up his energy and releasing a giant blue shockwave, which just completely wipes out power to the entire town. So, the government is like, well, that's weird. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we should send in an expert. So they send in, who else? Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, who does a fantastic job. Every moment he was on screen was amazing. And even Robotnik has a little bit of a different origin story. Like, apparently he's an orphan in this film, which really works well for his, like, hatred of humanity. Like, he does not like human beings, and he's made that very clear multiple times throughout the film. And I think that being an orphan is part of that, and I really liked how they did with it. Also, like, they seem to, like, hint that he's, like, also a robot, but it's never, like, explicitly stated. It's just kind of hinted, but, like, I'm not sure if he is a robot or if he's just weird and acts like one. I don't know. But it's fine because he's hilarious and very mean and delivers some fantastic one-liners. Yeah, every moment where Sonic and Robotnik are interacting were great. I really enjoyed those moments. So Sonic is being tracked down by Robotnik, and he has to now escape using one of his warp rings that Longclaw gave him to travel to the Mushroom Planet, which may or may not be a Mushroom Hill reference. I can't tell. So he runs into Tom's garage and tries to use the ring, but Tom finds him and is naturally freaked out to see a blue alien hedgehog and shoots him with a tranquilizer gun. Sonic then drops the ring, not before he sees the San Francisco logo on Tom's shirt, sees San Francisco, thinks of San Francisco, which allows the portal to open a portal to San Francisco, where he drops the rest of the rings on top of a building, and now Sonic has no way to get to the Mushroom Planet. So, Tom and Sonic now have to go on a road trip because Sonic can't just run there because he doesn't know where he's going. And they go on a road trip to San Francisco to get his rings back. All the while, Dr. Robotnik is chasing after them with a bunch of different mechs. And there's a lot of cool scenes in this. Like, there's a really cool car chase scene between the two of them, and there's a really good scene where they go to a bar where they get into a bar fight where Sonic does like the Quicksilver thing, where he like slows down time for everyone but himself, and like it's a really well done scene. Yeah, we've seen it before, and but like it's still cool, and it was shot really well. And then eventually they make their way to San Francisco, where they meet up with Maddie again, and she is a vet, so she like tries to treat Sonic, but he's an alien and she doesn't know his anatomy at all. Because Sonic gets injured because one of Eggman's bombs goes off, blah, blah, blah. And they eventually make their way to the top of the tower, and they get the rings back, and everything's all good and dandy. But uh-oh, Robotnik shows up in his newly customized... It's not the Eggmobile, but it's pretty close to the Eggmobile. It's essentially this movie's version of the Eggmobile. But yes, it's essentially the Eggmobile. And he's even wearing like a red tracksuit, or a flight suit, as he calls it, to, you know, he's starting to look more like Eggman. And he chases after Sonic, and it's a really, really cool climax where they use the rings to teleport rather all throughout the world. Like they go through San Francisco first, and then like they go into like the Great Wall of China and ancient Egypt, not ancient Egypt, but you know Egypt, where like they climb the pyramids, and Sonic like spins around really fast to make a sand tornado to block Eggman's eyesight. And it's a really, really cool climax, and I like it a lot. And then they eventually go back to Green Hills, where Eggman shoots Sonic and kind of, sort of kills him, sort of, not really. They do like that fake out movie death thing where everyone's sad, but uh-oh, it's okay. Sonic's alive because Tom called him his friend, and through the power of friendship, Sonic got a boost that may seem cliche and dumb, but have you ever played a Sonic game before? It makes perfect sense. So Sonic is supercharged now and beats the living shit out of Eggman, hitting him hell of a lot more than 8 times. And then he uses a portal to send Eggman to the Mushroom Planet, and everyone's all well and happy. The government completely covers everything up to pretend that none of it ever happened. They give Tom and Maddie a $50 gift certificate to Olive Garden, which was really funny to me. I don't know why. And then Maddie and Tom just kind of like adopt Sonic, and it's a really sweet moment, and it's really touching. And then it pans up to the horizon, and the logo appears, and everything's great, and uh-oh, hang on, that's not the end, because cut to Robotnik on the Mushroom Planet, now with a shaven, bald head and a really crazy mustache. Now he's really starting to look like Eggman, and this is something that caught me so off guard. He, like, tells a joke to himself, because he's kind of going crazy, and he's, like, talking to the mushrooms. He tells a joke, and he's laughing, and like, come on, that's hilarious. And when he does it, Jim Carrey almost does, like, a Mike Pollock impression. And it really caught me off guard, because when he did it, I'm like, fuck, that sounded like Eggman. Wow, that's cool. So that, and he's like, all excited, he's like, I'll be home in time for Christmas. And it's all setting up for a sequel, and it's so cool. And it got me really excited for the sequel. And if that didn't get me excited for a sequel, oh my god, the post-credits scene definitely got me excited for a sequel, because you pan up to a cliff and like leaves are swirling on the ground and a warp ring appears and you see Sonic's home and out pops motherfucking Tails, and he looks so good, and he flies off to find Sonic, and it's actually Colleen O'Shaughnessy coming back to voice Tails, and that made me so happy. Oh my god, I love this moment. Both times, I saw this movie twice. Both times I saw this, the entire theater fucking cheered when Tails showed up. It was such an awesome moment. Okay, so, final thoughts. This movie is a lot of fun. It is not without its flaws. It's not perfect. Some of the jokes, there's really only one joke that bothers me. There's a very poorly executed fart joke that I wasn't, like, a big fan of. But other than that, I thought it was really enjoyable. I had a great time watching it. If I'm going to compare it to Detective Pikachu, which a lot of people have been doing, and for good reason, it's really like the only other good video game movie out there. I think Detective Pikachu is a much better movie, but I still really, really enjoyed Sonic and had a great time with it. I'll absolutely see it again. I highly recommend you go watch it if you haven't already. Final score for this movie is a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. It's not perfect, but for what it is, it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button or leave a like, leave a comment telling me what you thought of the movie. Hit that bell if it even works. I don't know YouTube's algorithm anymore. I don't know if anybody does. Remember that Kappa thing when everyone freaked out? That went nowhere. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.